Hey guys, welcome to another top 10 list, and welcome to the end of the year, my top 10 best video games of 2020. Yes, when I say best, I gotta make this really fucking clear. These are my opinions of the best, more of like my top 10 favorite games of 2020. I want to say it like that because a lot of people are like, well, you think that's the best? You're fucking wrong. Well, I want to say more of the top 10 favorite games of 2020. The reason I'm saying best, because best just sounds better, just sounds cooler and stuff. And no, there's not going to be a top 10 worst because I haven't played enough games for there to be a worst. And I try to stay clear from really bad games. Look forward to my next video, though. So yeah, these are just my personal favorites. I gamed a lot in 2020, and 2020 was a very, very rough year. Thank God there was a lot of great video games to cheer me up and, just not think about the pandemic and a lot of the bad shit that's going on in this world. So thank you to these video games for making 2020 at least somewhat better. So let's get to it. Here's my top 10 favorite games of 2020. And as always, for our top 10 list, you got to have your honorable mentions. Man, that was annoying. My honorable mentions are Maneater, Godfall, Creeks, Battle for Bikini Bottom, SpongeBob game, Resident Evil 3, and Cyberpunk 2077, because I have not played too much of it. I just recently got the game, and I only played like literally an hour of it. It's very buggy. I'm liking some stuff, but it's buggy. And a lot of people are saying, why don't you finish the game? Then maybe it'll be on your list. I don't think so. I don't think it will be. So, and I'm going to spoil the list already. There is no Last of Us Part 2. I'm sorry. It's just, I thought it was okay. It was an okay game. If you want me to put it as an honorable mention, I could do that. I didn't hate it, but I didn't love it either. So let's just get that out of the way. So number 10 is Spider-Man Miles Morales. What a good game. Very good. Not as good as the 2018 Spider-Man game. That game was amazing. One of the best superhero games I fucking ever played. I fucking serious. That was such a fucking amazing game. Probably one of the best Peter Parkers I've seen, too, in that 2018 Spider-Man game. Miles Morales has, I guess the only issues I have with Miles Morales is, one, it's too short, and two, the gameplay is identical to the 2018 Spider-Man game. So that's a little kind of stupid, but the game is still good. It's fun. It's enjoyable. Everything you love about the 2018 Spider-Man game is in this game. Miles Morales is a great character. I love swinging around and doing all the side missions with Miles. I love the villain. I love seeing his uncle Aaron in the game. He was great too. His connections with Peter Parker was really cool, but Peter Parker didn't overshadow Miles Morales. This is a straight Miles Morales story, and I really enjoyed Miles as a character. I don't think he's a better Miles than Into the Spider-Verse. That's a great movie and it's a great Miles, but still great Miles, still great story. There was a lot of fun to do. It's a very easy platinum trophy as well. So Spider-Man Miles Morales was my 10th favorite game of 2020. Number 9, I'm defending this game. Call of Duty Black Ops Cold War. Some people hated this game. Some people hated it. They thought it was stupid. They didn't like the look of it, the visuals. Some people didn't like the campaign. I loved it all. I enjoy the visuals for what it is. There's better visuals in the newest Modern Warfare. I think it's still a better Call of Duty game, but Cold War is still very good. I love the campaign. I love the trophy list. I love the zombies. Even some of the arcade mode, even though the Platinum Trophy is fucking impossible, it's still a good, fun game. When you play free-for-all, when you play Team Deathmatch, it's all fun. And again, I like the campaign. Again, Modern Warfare had a better campaign. Still has a good campaign. Still have fun with it. Still playing it right now. I enjoy it. I think it's pretty underrated, actually. Number 8. A game everybody got into, I think. Fall Guys. Fall Guys is one of the funnest fucking games of the entire year. I'm still playing it. If you haven't played the new the Christmas levels, the snow levels, so friggin' fun. Season 3 of Fall Guys is so fucking good. I love that this game just came out this year, and there's already 3 seasons. Fall Guys and the Medieval Fall Guys, and now it's the Winter Solstice Fall Guys. I prefer Season 1 still. I like the classic games like Hexagon and Slime Climb and Whirligig. Those are some of my favorites. The Medieval one, I only like the one new edition, but I'm not a big fan of the Medieval one. The snow level, I'm loving it so far. I love the Christmas levels. And I've had a lot of fun with Fall Guys, and I'm still playing it to this day. It's a fun game. Number 7, speaking of fun, also speaking of very hard too, Crash Bandicoot 4. It's about time. Crash Bandicoot, I'm a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. Everyone knows, if you know my channel very well, I'm a huge Crash Bandicoot fan. And when they made a 4th Crash Bandicoot, I was like, yes, a legit 4th Crash Bandicoot. Not Crash Team Racing, not like the Wrath of Cortex, none of these side missions, Crash Bandicoots, these other things that isn't real Crash Bandicoot. Crash Bandicoot 1, 2, and Warped were the 3 original Crash Bandicoots, and they made a sequel to Warped. And it's amazing. This game is fantastic. It's super hard. It's a platformer. I love platformers. I beat pretty much almost every single Crash Bandicoot, and I love most of them. And I always thought the first Crash Bandicoot was the hardest Crash Bandicoot. It was always the hardest. It's an impossible platinum trophy, and it's just a very hard game just to beat the last boss. It's a very difficult game. It's a very hard platinum trophy and a hard platformer in general. But this game is even harder. Crash Bandicoot 4 is the hardest Crash Bandicoot. You can almost like cheat and play the game without like having game overs. But I'm a Crash Bandicoot fan. I don't play like that. And when you don't play like that, the game is hard. It is super hard. The last level is almost impossible. It's ridiculous how hard it is. I, of course, beat the game, had fun with it. I love that you get to play as other characters, not just Crash and Coco, but you get to play as like Dingle Dial and stuff. That was awesome just to do that. The bosses were also really challenging. I like a good challenging game, not too hard, but for Crash Bandicoot, I'll do anything. Like, I don't care how hard it is. I'll always play a Crash Bandicoot game. And Crash 4, loved it. Number 6, biggest surprise of the year. Didn't even know what this game was, but it was free for the PlayStation 5, and that's Astros Playroom. Astros Playroom. I don't have a PS5. My cousin got a PS5, so I played Astros Playroom, and I played Godfall and a lot of PS5 exclusives on his PlayStation. Just want to say that. Astros Playroom is an easy platinum trophy and a very easy platformer game. That's not why it's on this list. This is a love letter to Sony PlayStation. Huge PlayStation. I have owned every single PlayStation, even a Vita and a PSP. And this is a love letter to PlayStation. It's a platformer game that is a love letter to PlayStation. And it is so enjoyable. It is so fun. It is so cute. It is just, it's beautiful to look at. And I've never had so much fun in my life playing a game. It was just fucking adorable and so fun. If it was longer, it would probably be my number 1 or number 2. Seriously. But because you can beat it in like 2-3 hours, that's the only downside. Because that's actually almost a compliment, because it's so good, you want more of it. And sadly, it's only 2-3 hours, but it's one of my favorite games. I adore this game. Top 5. Okay, all right, number 5, Ori and the Will of the Wisps. This is my Nintendo Switch game. I know it's for other games like Xbox and stuff, but I don't have an Xbox. Lindsay does. I have a Nintendo Switch, though, and I played this for the Nintendo Switch, and I loved it. I loved it. I like the first Ori game. This is better. I never thought it could be better. The first Ori game was incredible. It was fucking beautiful and gorgeous and cute and sweet and easy. It was easy, but it was amazing. This one, not as easy, but still amazing. Even more amazing. It's beautiful to look at. Gorgeous. It's one of the best worlds I've seen in a game this year. Gorgeous. The animals, the world, the storms, the environment, the atmosphere, the music. It's one of the best music in a game this year. Incredible. Incredible game. Super underrated. No one's talking about this game. The game wasn't even nominated for Game of the Year. What the fuck's wrong with people? This is an incredible game. If you have a Nintendo Switch or even an Xbox, buy the 2 Ori games. But most importantly, Ori the Will and the Wisps. It's incredible. Number 4, Doom Eternal. Doom Eternal is probably the most badass game. It's got a rocking, killer, heavy metal soundtrack, great characters you can make, amazing designs. The story mode's amazing. The online gameplay is even more incredible. Probably the hardest platinum trophy game to play. If you're a Doom fan, you'll probably agree it's one of the best Doom games ever made. I've tried this game a few times, so I don't bore you guys. So Doom Eternal, one of the best. Number 3, Assassin's Creed Valhalla. One What a long game. This is like a 65-hour game to beat and a 112-hour platinum trophy. I'm going for the platinum. I haven't got it yet. I think, 68 hours in. Great game. I love the Assassin's Creed franchise. There's some bad ones like Rogue and stuff and Syndicate. I'm not a big fan of those. But I love the world of Assassin's Creed and these different time periods you can go to as these assassins. And I always wanted them to make Vikings, and they did. And it's amazing. I love the character of Eivor, and I love the adventures he or she can go on. You can make them male or female. And I made him a male and made him almost look like Thor. You can wield Mjolnir. You can wield Excalibur. You can have Thor's helmet and armor. It's amazing. You can go to Jotunheim and Asgard. It's incredible. The side quests are amazing. The story, the prophecy storyline is great. And just I had a lot of fun in this game. I'm a huge Assassin's Creed fan, so of course this would make my list. Top 2, number 2, Final Fantasy VII Remake. I made a video about Final Fantasy VII Remake. I made it in the beginning of the year, how I compared it to the original, how it's not as good as the original, but still an amazing game. I stand by that. This is still a 10 out of 10 game. It may not be as good as the original PS1 game, which is my favorite game. It's my favorite video game of all time. This remake's still incredible. The voice work, I guess you can call it animation, but the CGI is incredible. The fight sequence is amazing. They did the story super well. They changed a few things that I didn't like, but it's still good. It's an amazing game. I'm curious to see where they go with it. I don't know where they're going with it, but I'm curious. I'm very curious. I loved how they did Ares. I loved how they did Cloud. They were probably like my favorite characters in the game. Barrett was cool too. I love the side stuff you get to do, the side missions and stuff, and like the dancing and the darts, and all that was really good. It was a fun game to play, and it was one of my favorites of the year. Number 1, though. Number 1. Everyone wanted this game to win Game of the Year, but Last of Us 2 won it, sadly. But number 1 is my favorite. My favorite game is Ghost of Tsushima. Ghost of Tsushima is my favorite game of the year. It is an amazing samurai game. It is much better than Sakura Die Twice, sorry, is how you say it. I'm very bad with names. I loved this game. I loved Jin as a character. I loved all the side characters like Yuki and stuff and his sensei. I loved his uncle. I understood both sides. I love how you have a choice at the ending to kill your uncle or spare him. I love the samurai combat. I love the armors you can pick up for your character, Jin. Even the New Game Plus is good, and even the online multiplayer is great. This game is the best game of the year for me. Yeah, this game, for me, is the best game of 2020. Like, some people might agree with me. Some people found this game generic. Some people didn't like it. Some people thought Last of Us 2 was a much more compelling game. That's their opinion. But my opinion, Ghost of Tsushima is the best game of 2020. So yeah, that's my top 10 best video games of 2020. Hope you all enjoyed it. And of course, if you agree with me or disagree with me, that's what the comment section below is for. Give me those opinions on my list and give me your guys' top 10 favorite video games of 2020. Comment below, let me know. And as always, if you like this video, please subscribe to the channel and join the dark side.